This is road safety for you, driving forward for safer roads. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's the rainy season here in the Philippines, so this video is for motorcyclists and particularly driving in flooded areas. So first of all, let's get right into it. I'm going to give you 6 points here for advice. Number one, avoid driving through flooded area. Straightforward. Try and avoid it because water can cause serious damage to your motorcycle and it can be very costly to repair. So it's better to wait or find other transport if you can. Number two, check the local weather situation and roads using apps on your phone. Check to see what the situation is, particularly your route. Number three, waterproof your documents and phone. Carry emergency contact card with numbers on it. Keep that all wrapped in a plastic bag, keep it waterproof. Number four, carry a few cable ties. You never know when you're going to need them. Number five, carry a small cloth or towel just for wiping things down. And number six, the best advice, think before you ride. Plan ahead. So be as prepared as you can be during the rainy season. Carry waterproof clothing, reflective or bright colours is better. Carry a flashlight, some snacks, fresh drinking water, a power bank. Wrap them all in a plastic bag to keep them dry. Try to seal your bike's electrical parts with waterproof tape. If you don't have waterproof tape, spray them with alcohol, just the electrical wiring that you can see that's exposed, and that'll help keep it dry. If you come across a flood, deep water or looks like deep water, safety first. This is vitally important. All too often we are tempted to drive through a flood as quickly as possible to get to the other side. This is both dangerous to you and your bike and to others that you pass by, especially pedestrians, young children. We all know the power of a pressure washer, how effective it can be to clean. Well, the faster you drive through water, that pressure increases on your bike and it can break plastic or break or pull off wiring, force through rubber seals, especially on lights. Some of your engine components have rubber seals. The water can be forced through the seals. Also your brakes and brakes components, they have rubber seals. So again, these are all situations that can be costly to repair. Tips if you need to get through a flood. One word, stop. I'm not saying don't drive through, just stop before you enter the water. By stopping before you enter the water, it gives you a chance to look around. People standing or walking in the water. How deep is the water? How far up the body is the water? Is there another motorbike or motorbikes driving through? How deep is the water on the motorbikes? Is the water above the exhaust pipe? That's the important part. You also have an air intake on a motorcycle, but you can judge it by the exhaust pipe. Usually the air intake is higher, so we're talking about the exhaust pipe here. Is there large vehicles coming in the opposite direction? Because they're going to create a wave. Again, that's more pressure coming towards you. If the water level is deeper than your exhaust pipe, do not enter the water. You have to take precautions, and precautions are to close your exhaust pipe, because the best advice is not to drive through deep water that's deeper on your exhaust. Don't drive through. Walk and push your bike through. Cover your exhaust. I'll come to that in a second. The water will flood into your exhaust system and the bike may stall if you try to drive through deep water and it's deeper than the exhaust. The water will enter the exhaust pipe, and once it enters that exhaust pipe, it's got a clear path right through to your cylinder. Your bike's going to stop. We call this hydrolocking, hydrolocked engine, and a hydrolocked engine is very expensive to repair. Actually, most times it's unrepairable. The engine is no use. So be aware, guys, if you're driving through deep water, it's not worth the risk, not without taking precautions. Driving through deep water, if you need to get through this deeper water, cover or block your exhaust pipe. So this is the precautions now. Cover the exhaust with a plastic bag. If you don't have a plastic bag, a cloth or a towel, which we mentioned before, to carry, stick it inside the exhaust pipe at the end and try and seal up that pipe as much as possible. That will help prevent water from entering the exhaust and going through to the cylinder block itself. So don't drive through a flood. If it's deeper than the exhaust, push your bike through. Walk through the water. You can dry your feet more easily than you can dry your bike, and it's cheaper to dry your feet. So walk through the flood, push your bike through, and you maybe see other motorcyclists who are attempting to drive through. They will be stuck halfway through. They'll be stopped, their engine will stop. You can casually walk past, pushing your bike, and they'll be thinking, why didn't I do that? Well, it's too late. Once you enter the water driving your bike, it's too late. So if you seal your exhaust up and walk through with your bike, that's a better option. If you decide to drive through, you're risking yourself, you're risking your bike, and you're risking other people as well. So it's not just about you, it's about other people. Ask yourself the question, is it worth it? Better to walk through. A flooded road is full of dangerous hazards. Most of them are unseen. You cannot see what is below the waterline. There could be an open manhole cover. Manhole covers rise up with flooded water, and you can't see that. Potholes. There could be debris lying in your path. This could also have sharp edges, causing you injury to fall off your bike. So if you see a flood ahead, the best advice, stop, look, and decide. Stop, look, and decide. This is very effective advice, which can save your life or your bike. Take 10 seconds, stop and look. This can be the difference between life and death. After you get through the flood, do not attempt to restart it. This can cause serious damage. We talked about hydrolocking. You do not know if there's any water inside the exhaust system or the cylinder at this point. So walk your bike to a dry area. Try and find an incline. Okay, try and find an incline and face your bike up the incline, and the water will drain away from the exhaust, and leave it there for a few minutes. The water will drip away. Rock your bike back and forward. This helps the process. So if you rock your bike backwards and forwards, it helps the water to escape the end of the exhaust. Dry as much of your bike as you can, the surface areas that you can see, especially electrics. So if you see any wiring or electric boxes, just wipe them down, try and dry them as much as you can. Leave your bike for about 10-15 minutes, and then you can attempt to restart. If your bike does not restart first time, leave it. Don't be tempted to try and restart. You're just causing more damage. If it doesn't start first time, you know your own bike. How quickly does it normally start? So if it doesn't start like normal, then leave it. It has to remain longer. So don't be tempted to keep forcing the starting process. If your bike gets started and you're driving, for the first 200 metres, you should just clasp your brakes. So if your bike has levers at the top, just gently increase the pressure on those levers. Not to stop the bike, just to slow it down, but keep driving. What you're doing is you're drying out your brakes. So front and rear brakes, just put a little bit of pressure and the brakes will dry. So only for about 200 metres or so, the heat created in the brakes while driving, that's what dries your brakes off. When you get home, reflect on your experience. Okay, have a think about it. Is there anything you could do differently? and probably better? Are there things that you needed that you did not have? So make sure you have them for the next time. And by taking this advice and putting it into practice, others will learn from watching you. So if you're pushing your bike through deep water, especially the guys who are stuck in the middle, they're going to be watching you and thinking, I should have done that. So remember, two things. Stop, look and decide, even for 10 seconds. Have a look around, see what's going on before you enter the water. And number two, think before you ride. Plan ahead. That is the safest and best option. So during this rainy season, guys, please stay safe, drive safe, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.